Hello! Sorry, I originally wanted to film with more natural light today, but the sun is so hot, I'm worried if I open the curtain anymore, my room is going to get quite warm, so I have the fan on. Hopefully it's not too loud. But today I'm going to be completing the 생생 한국어 듣기. Hopefully completing this book in one day. This is the intermediate course. And also it is a listening book, but I'm missing one of the CDs. So I am just going to be reading from the scripts in the back and answering questions. This book was lent to me by a Korean teacher and she needs it back. So I decided that I'm just going to try to complete it today and see how I do. Because it is a little below my level, I'm predicting, I think I should be able to complete it quite quickly. The reason I'm deciding to do it all in one day, kind of for fun, is because I just took the TOPIK exam and I'm taking a break from studying for the TOPIK for a bit, and I decided that this would be a little bit fun and not super challenging, but still a great way for me to maintain my Korean level. So I'm not sure how I'm going to take notes. I have this brand new clean notebook, so I think along the way I'll try to make note of any grammar point and vocabulary I might not know. So right now it is currently around 10:30 in the morning, and I'll check back in a few hours. Okay, so I just finished the first unit in the textbook. It didn't take me too long, a little over 10 or 15 minutes, I think. So now I'm going to check my answers. I really wish I had the CD to listen to, but unfortunately I don't. This is definitely more of a listening textbook, so I'm getting some good reading practice. Well, let's see how well I did, even without the listening. So I was able to get all of the questions right, even without the listening, which I consider a success. I did have some minor confusion here. I'm supposed to select 3 answers, but I only selected 1. So next time I'll make sure to read the instructions better. So let me complete another unit and then I'll kind of go through what I'm doing with my notes here. And I'm receiving a phone call, so I guess it's time for a break. I did 1 unit. Something terrible happened. I said I would take a short break. Now here we are 1 hour later. It's about 12 o'clock, so I've gotten through exactly 1 unit. So let's see if I can get through a second unit, and then I will come back and show you my notes as promised. Okay, so I've completed 2 lessons in this book, and I just want to show you briefly what they look like. So this is the unit. It will have the unit name and then the grammar that is used in this unit as kind of like a brief overview. And then they have a vocabulary list down here. The only bad thing is they give a few examples, but they don't really explain any of the grammar points. And so if there's something that you have questions on, you should definitely go and look that up by yourself. And then also the vocabulary does not have any definitions, but I've just been writing down, I'll show you in my notes later, but I've basically just been writing down any words I don't know, and then I can look them up later as needed. And then the unit basically looks like this. And so I don't have the CD, and so I just go in the back of the book and I read the script in the back of the book. So there are 2 parts. I'll go ahead and show you. I marked this cute little Koya sticky note. I marked the script section, and so as you can see, part 1 is like dialogue style scripts, and then part 2 is like a single speaker. type script, if that makes sense. And then going back, then at the end of like every other unit, they also have kind of a short culture lesson, which is nice. Reading practice as well. And so this is what my notes look like. And so I'll write the unit name, and then from the vocab list at the beginning of the unit, I write any words that I don't know or that I feel like I need to look up again one more time. And then I have the questions. As you can see, I missed one question here. And so I will answer all the questions and then mark them right or wrong. And then also any additional vocab words that I need to look up, I put in my notes section. I already wrote Ipyang and I wrote it again down here. So obviously I was paying attention. But then I figured with these vocab words, even though I'm not 100% on the definitions, I was still able to understand the contents of the dialogues. And so I figured I'll just go ahead and look these up later once I complete the book, especially if there's words that come up more than one time. I definitely want to look those up. But for now, I'm just trying to get through this textbook, and so I will leave this until another time. It's about 4:30 and I'm on unit 11. So I think it's time to go home. Let's see if I can do anything more at home. Okay, time to go home. At least it's not as hot as when I walked here. Weather's beautiful though. I'm back. I know I said I would finish this book in one day, but it didn't happen. I did do a little bit at work, and then I got my nails done when I came home. And so now I'm on chapter 16, I believe. Chapter 14. So let's see if I can finish the last 6 sections tonight. I think I can do it. Okay, it's about 7:30 right now, so I'm hoping to be done before 10 p.m. because I have work tomorrow. Let's see. Done. Okay, I'm back at work. So I just want to talk a little bit about this textbook. I finished it in 2 days. It took a little bit longer than I was expecting. I would definitely recommend going slower in this book, but overall I think this is a great book for intermediate learners. The difficulty definitely increased as the book went on, so if you're worried about the first few chapters being a little bit low level, the grammar and the vocabulary does progressively get harder. One of my favorite things about this textbook was how it was divided into sections, which a lot of the topics of the sections actually come up on the TOPIK exam. And so it's a great way to kind of gauge how well prepared you are for each of the topics that you might see in the listening questions. So like when I was taking notes, I noted my score and like what questions I got wrong in my notebook so that way I can go back and study those topics a little bit more in depth. So overall, I think this is a good listening textbook for intermediate learners. I think especially if you're able to get the audio files on MP3, I think if you buy the book online, you should be able to. It might be more convenient than the CDs. And I have not used many textbooks that focus solely on listening skills, so I was really impressed with this one, and I liked how it was totally listening, so that way if you really do need to boost your listening skills, you can just refer to this one textbook instead of having to buy another textbook with reading and writing, etc. in it. Okay, that's all. Goodbye.